Goodbye, George.
Mr. Parton, your son's letters sound cheerful enough.
There's been a change in him. Don't ask me to pin it down. Father's intuition, maybe. But those letters don't ring true. He's covering something.
Such as?
I'm not sure. You notice he doesn't mention George?
Yes, that is odd. His earlier letters are full of him. George and I did this, George and I did that. Made him a kind of a hero figure.
Yeah, George Millworth. I have to admit, I never trusted him. Though Casper brought him home last year. I didn't take to him.
Well, Mr. Parton, if I'm going to go chasing off to Venice, I shall need something more concrete than that.
Well, my son Casper turned his back on the family business and went off to Italy to paint. I don't begrudge him that. I'm proud of him, in fact. Making his own way. But he also turned his back on the money his mother left him. A considerable amount of money. Close to $3 million. Now, that money's been in the bank, and Casper's hardly touched it until 3 months ago. Since then, and don't ask me how I got hold of these figures, 40,000, 28,000, 30,000. Now, I may just be a suspicious old man, but to me, this means just one thing.
Blackmail?
My son is in trouble of some kind. I'd be very grateful if you could find out exactly what it is.
Who is it?
The Contessa di Contini.
Who?
You don't know me, now open up, dear boy.
I feel it. I definitely feel it. Talent. The air positively tingles with it.
Look,
Not only do I feel it, I see it. Flair, color sense. So basic immaturity at the moment, but maturity will come. Yes, it will come. Is this for sale?
No, sorry.
Then what is?
Nothing.
Oh, you are successful, aren't you? And making lots of lovely money.
Look, I'm sorry. I'm busy at the moment.
Busy?
Thinking.
Yes, of course. Well, I shall call again, dear boy. Perhaps we shall be able to arrange an exhibition for you. You know, I'm always prepared to back genuine talent.
That's very kind of you, but I'm...
You're busy. Yes. Yes, you see. Oh, by the way, how's George?
George?
George Millworth. It was he who told me about you.
You know him?
Oh, we met fleetingly at a party recently. I can't think where. You haven't answered my question. How is he?
George hasn't been around in a long while.
Ah. Ciao for now, then.
Ciao. I tell you, that's what she said. She met George at a party recently. Well, how could she? The money, yeah, I'll get the money. I'll get it, I told you. Usual place.
You wish to check it with me, Senor Parton?
No, just give me an envelope.
Of course, senor.
Good afternoon, Senora. And how much money can I squeeze out of you? Forgive me, but you are obviously a woman of wealth and quality. I receive many such people, enjoying so many good things of life and trying to salve their consciences by giving freely.
Giving?
To the many good causes we endeavor to assist. You wish to contribute?
Well, yes. I thought perhaps a token amount. Certainly not as much as Caspar Parton. He does give you donations, doesn't he?
A very generous man, Senor Parton. He gives so freely that I think he must have a very bad conscience indeed. You were right and you were careless. The woman you spoke of, she followed you. Yes, just left. No, I shall take care of it. I know a man who specializes in such things. It has to be this way. After all, we don't want anyone to know what happened to George, do we?
Oh, Bud! Ladies don't take an automatic to bed.
These are emancipated times. Back up.
Oh, I like you. You've got style.
Take that gun from underneath your jacket and place it on the floor. But first.
Barney Mailer, run a small detective agency. Oh, I have got credentials.
With your left hand, if you don't mind. Right. Well, why on earth didn't you just knock?
I've got a strong sense of the dramatic. Besides, I was figuring on searching your luggage to find out who you are.
Why?
I'm working for an insurance agency. We're looking for George Millworth.
Why?
Because he's a thief. He forged some securities covered by my clients. Well, I've been following you ever since you contacted Caspar Parton.
Why?
Well, this Millworth and he used to knock around together. And frankly, I've got nowhere to go. This case is a dead end. And Millworth just dropped off the world a few months ago. Nobody's seen him since.
Tell me about Millworth.
Well, he's got a bad record. Forgery, con tricks, blackmail, larceny.
Blackmail?
Does that cross with what you're working on?
It could. Help yourself.
No, I haven't touched it for 5 years. I've got to watch my weight. Look, give me a lead. Give me a break. Now, we're crossing wires. Now, I want to know where.
Well, I think that Caspar Parton is being blackmailed.
Why? By Millworth? And the girl from the charity appeals. Of course, what better front for a blackmailer than a charity organization whose main function is to receive money? You know, I think I'll case that whole joint over tomorrow, or maybe tonight. May I have my gun back?
Help yourself. Now, really, Mr. Mailer.
We have identified the man, Contessa. Indeed, I recognize him immediately. A criminal with a long history of violence. The kind of man you could hire for any crime. But you can offer no explanation for this attack upon you.
No.
Frankly, Contessa, I'm not satisfied with the answers you have given me. Oh, I know the kind of business you are in. I appreciate there are certain ethics, clients to protect.
I can think of no reason why that man should have attacked me.
Contessa?
Hello.
Hi, Contessa. I took my own advice.
What do you mean?
Had myself a closer look at the Santa Pura Charities appeal.
What have you found?
Why don't you come over here and have a look for yourself? I'll be waiting. Oh, I've got a big surprise for you about the dame who runs this joint.
Polizia! È qualche cosa di grave, venite subito qui, fermate, venite subito qui. Cosa è successo?
5 cadaveri.
Ha bevuto?
Io ho trovato qui, lo sai.
Deve aver bevuto. Iaco. Ha bevuto whisky questo qui?
Whisky sì.
E una bottiglia intera anche. Bisogna chiamare la Croce Rossa e farlo portare via.
Hello.
Contessa di Contina?
Yes?
You were making an inquiry about one of our operatives, Barney Mailer.
Yes. Where can I find him?
The city morgue. They pulled him out of the canal an hour ago. Accident. He got drunk, fell out of his boat, got drowned.
Drunk? But he didn't drink.
You think I don't know that? Now, what's your interest in this? What do you know about Barney?
It is a great deal, senor. You should not go unescorted.
I won't be holding on to it for long.
Hello, Casper.
What is this? Breaking into my studio. I told you I have nothing for sale.
I won't pretend to be buying paintings anymore, Casper. But you mustn't pretend either. George Millworth. He is dead, isn't he?
Yes. And I killed him.
You better tell me about it.
Tell you I'd be glad to. I've been carrying it around like a mountain on my back for months now. I want to tell you. Tell someone. George was a thief. Did you know that?
Mm-hmm.
A con man. He and Maria set up that charity place for one purpose. To milk the foolish. And I was foolish. And the next victim. We became friends, George and me, and then later Maria. That was the plan, you see. The old badger game with me in the middle. Sure, I fell for Maria. And then when I found out she was his wife.
What?
Well, you didn't know that? Sure. Maria is Mrs. Millworth. A great team.
So that was the big surprise Barney had for me.
Hmm?
Oh, nothing. Go on.
When I found out it was all a plan, I got mad. I had a fight with George. Right here. I hit him. He fell. He hit his head. There. Didn't get up anymore.
Then it wasn't murder.
Look, I killed him.
Yes, but accidentally. You didn't mean it.
No, but
Listen. You must tell the police.
I plan to. But there's one thing I have to attend to first. Maria. She found out what I did. And she's been bleeding me white. This is the final payoff. The police are going to be a bit more sympathetic if I hand them a blackmailer, aren't they?
She's coming here?
Any moment. To collect. No. This is my party. I've been a mouse long enough.
What's going on?
We were just talking. I had to keep it talking. Can't handle it alone. Funnily enough, it was the truth I told you. Except for two tiny details. It wasn't an accident, my killing George. And I didn't kill George. I killed Caspar. You see, I'm George. Or I was. I'm Caspar Barton now. You get the airline tickets?
Yes. What are we going to do with her?
Take her out to a nice, quiet stretch of canal.
Run, Contessa, run!
Goodbye, George.